The hunger ratio should come from. And the fearsome flow, it is unbelievable. Unbelievable, and McDonald. That left hook is so good, and it's so long.
He thought pushing an old man would make him look tough. 3 days later, that old man's son put him in the hospital. This is the bully who threatened Inoue and faced violence. Glasgow, Scotland, May 2019. The SSE Hydro was buzzing with media and cameras as two undefeated bantamweight champions prepared to collide in the World Boxing Super Series semifinals. Emmanuel Rodriguez, the cocky IBF champion from Puerto Rico with a perfect 19-0 record, genuinely believed he was destined to shock the world. In the other corner stood a quiet Japanese fighter they called the Monster. But the violence didn't start in the ring. It started 3 days earlier at a public media workout. Shingo Inoue, Naoya's father and trainer, was doing what any proud parent would do, recording video of his son's upcoming opponent. Just simple footage on his smartphone. Nothing unusual, nothing disrespectful. Then William Cruz, Rodriguez's trainer, snapped. He stormed across the room, got in Shingo's face and shoved the elderly man aside. Not a bump, not an accident. A deliberate, aggressive push meant to intimidate and humiliate. The room went silent. Cruz wasn't done. He stood over Shingo and declared war to the cameras. This is a war and it will end with our hand up. On Saturday, people will see that the monster is not Inoue, it's Rodriguez. He thought this was mind games. He thought he was getting inside the champion's head. He had no idea what he just unleashed. Shingo stayed calm. That's the Japanese way. He didn't retaliate. He simply said the behavior was ungentlemanlike and returned to his son's corner. But here's the thing about Naoya Inoue. He wasn't even there when it happened. He found out later. And when he did, something changed behind those cold, calculating eyes. This wasn't business anymore. This was personal. This was family. And nobody disrespects the monster's family. Fight night arrived. The arena was packed with 15,000 screaming fans. Rodriguez danced into the ring first, shadowboxing, playing to the crowd, oozing confidence. He'd never lost. He'd never even been truly tested. In his mind, he was about to prove that Japan's so-called monster was nothing but hype. Then Inoue walked out. No dancing, no showboating, just silence and focus. The look of a man who had already decided exactly how this night would end. Round 1 actually gave Rodriguez hope. He came out aggressive, pressing forward, landing some shots that actually knocked Inoue off balance.
Rodriguez started coming forward, which is pretty interesting.
Step forward and getting that jab, 8% knockout. Hasn't needed.
It's the knockout ratio of a heavy. In my opinion, is his toughest fight to date.
It is off his feet. Inoue early on. Rodriguez took it, rested on his gum shield and came back with a flurry of his own. Toe-to-toe action first round. Spectacular. Oh, then almost a macho battle in these first 35-40 seconds. Good singles.
And that's how he's got the knockout ratio that he's
been a good start from Rodriguez. Right, comes forward. Big shot to the body, Inoue. Big shot, very excited about that last minute opening round. It's been fascinating. It's been heavy bombs have landed already. That's a low one from Rodriguez, I think. It's on we go, that's the way it should be, Carl.
Yeah, no, it was low, but it was an excellent one, and Inoue just wanted to fight on.
Rodriguez has the air of a man who is used to being on his feet. He anticipated in the build-up to the fight, no apprehension at all from Rodriguez, and he's done well in this opening round. Never know, might even got it on the judges' cards.
I don't think so, Brian. Rodriguez has done okay, hasn't looked out of his depth, but the more scoring, solid punches have come from.
For 3 minutes, it looked competitive. Maybe Cruz was right. Maybe this is a war. Then round 2 began, and Emmanuel Rodriguez's world came crashing down. 30 seconds in, Inoue caught Rodriguez with a left hook that seemed to come from another dimension. Rodriguez's legs buckled, his body folded. He crashed to the canvas for the first time in his professional career. He got up. He had heart. You have to give him that. But what happened next proved that heart means nothing against pure, calculated destruction. Inoue wasn't just trying to win anymore. He was sending a message to Rodriguez, to Cruz, to anyone who would ever think about disrespecting his family again. Another combination. Rodriguez went down a second time from vicious body shots that seemed to puncture his will. He stayed down for most of the 8 count, already wearing the face of a beaten man. But the monster wasn't finished. Rodriguez rose again, and Inoue was waiting. A right hand detonated against Rodriguez's chin. Down went the Puerto Rican champion for the 3rd time in under 2 minutes. The referee had seen enough. He waved it off at 1:19 of the 2nd round. Emmanuel Rodriguez, the man whose trainer thought pushing an old man was a good idea, was now flat on his back staring at the arena lights, wondering what planet he'd just been transported to. Inoue didn't celebrate wildly. He didn't talk trash. He simply nodded, the quiet satisfaction of a man who had settled a debt. Back in Japan, Inoue finally spoke about what really happened. This event that happened to my father was an incident that got me angry because of the behavior of the Puerto Rican coach with no respect for my father. This is the reason why I decided to knock Emmanuel Rodriguez out at all costs, to hit him as hard as ever in a vindictive way. Read that again. In a vindictive way. The monster had turned personal. Naoya Inoue would go on to become the undisputed bantamweight champion, the first since 1972. Then he moved up and became the undisputed super bantamweight champion, the first ever in history. Today he's considered the pound-for-pound best boxer on the planet, with a record of 31-0 and 27 knockouts, an 87% knockout rate at 122 pounds. That's heavyweight power in a body that weighs less than most people's luggage. But Rodriguez was different. Rodriguez was a message. William Cruz thought he was playing mind games. Instead, he gave the monster motivation. And in boxing, you never ever give a killer extra motivation. Rodriguez never recovered from that night. His career trajectory shifted. He went from undefeated champion to the guy Inoue destroyed in under 2 minutes. There's a lesson here that extends beyond boxing. Some people stay quiet because they don't need words. They stay calm because they know exactly what they're capable of. They wait for the right moment to respond, not with insults, not with threats, with violence so pure and precise that it becomes legendary. William Cruz found out the hard way. Emmanuel Rodriguez paid the price. And the boxing world learned a lesson that night in Glasgow. Never disrespect the monster's family. But here's what's crazy. Glasgow was just the beginning. Since destroying Rodriguez, Inoue has faced opponent after opponent who thought they could solve the puzzle. Every single one of them ended up the same way, flat on their backs, staring at the lights, wondering what hit them. And as Inoue prepares for his next victim, one question remains. Who's brave enough to wake the monster next?